All right, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button, hit subscribe because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're here this evening to talk about Bournemouth at home coming up. We're also going to be having a quick chat about the changes the manager has been making and also the some of his comments in the presser. Also, be having a bit chat about this guy, our new technical director, Johan Spors. And maybe we'll have a bit of time to talk about this fella here and what the heck is going on. But there we go. Let us know where you're watching the show from. Nothing too specific. That would be weird. But here we are. We're back after what appears to be a long hiatus of no live shows. We're back for a live show.
Here we are.
We got Jack. How are we doing, Jack?
All
You
right.
all right?
Yeah, mate, not too bad. It has been about a year, I think. Or
It's
so.
been a minute. It's been a minute.
Been a fair while. How have things been? How are the slopes?
They're good. They're good. Yes. A bit of an eventful one. I'll get into some stories about what happened on the trip away. Yeah, that and stuck up a mountain and having to be rescued by a taxi in about a foot of snow. There we go. But the little taster in there. How we doing, Ben? Remember the channel? Look at this. Delgo 86. How we doing? Well, hey, live show.
See you Saturday. Saturday.
We've missed this. It's been a while. It's been a minute. It's been difficult to talk about things that are associated to Southampton without getting too bummed out. So we do apologise for the hiatus. But we're back. We're back to talk about Southampton. And, of course, we're back to talk about our opponents at the weekend. Our friendly neighbours who we love to see do well. And they get really annoyed when we don't bite. And, yeah, hey, what can we do? What can we do? Paul's jumped in the chat. Ready for this? We will beat Bournemouth. It's going to be kind of interesting to see if this is the bluff of a lifetime or whether or not it's going to be an absolute horror show. Are you feeling vaguely positive about this, Jack? Did the game against Ipswich give you hope and then the one against Burnley crush you?
You know what? I've been listening to a lot of Linkin Park recently because it's just I've become so numb. Just become so numb to it. And like even with like because again I couldn't watch the Ipswich match, so I sort of had it on the side. And then when we won, I was like, great. What does it mean?
Closer to the Derby record. Closer to the Derby record.
Yeah, we're gonna beat that, so that's fine. So and it's, to be honest, it's not the wind out of me this season. Like it's made me so not enjoy football as a sport. But the wrestling's been great, so that's all right. I think I was at a bit of a low on Sunday Sunday after we lost to Burnley. I was then playing Portsmouth.
Yeah.
So I was in a pub full of Portsmouth fans, all having a good time, all openly joking about it and thinking, right, this is...
Were they giving you grief?
But none of them, they don't have the internet in Portsmouth, so we're all good. That's fine. This is an unknown. That's fine. But what made it really nice is my dad came along, who's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Having just been knocked out to Plymouth, thinking, right, get to go to town, find... Ed, the guitarist from Charm Type, was a big Plymouth fan. So even he had to be in a room with the one and only Plymouth fan. So it's all been a real bit of a bummer, really. Everything football recently has just been, God's sake. But we're back again, and there's something about it. I'm like, maybe something good will happen.
Yeah,
because everything bad has, so maybe something good will.
Yes, well, looking at the players that are going to be missing at the weekend, Taylor Harwood-Bellis is out injured. Adam Lallana is out injured. And Jack Stevens is out injured, and apparently everyone else is fine. But Mr. Flynn
Even
Downs
Ross
is
Stewart?
on. No. No. We should talk about Ross Stewart, really, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
I will say this. I was invited to Staplewood for some filming with Sky, and Ross Stewart was training on the other half of the pitch. If he ever kicks the ball for Southampton again, I'll be amazed. I cannot believe that he is ever going to be fit to play for this club. And what happened there? I mean, how does someone sign off
on that?
11 million on a League One player with a serious knee injury at the time of purchase and say, yeah, that'd be all right. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't even remember when he first signed. There was a picture of him like in training, and his kneecap looked destroyed. It's like it looks like mashed potato in the middle of your leg, and then it turns out that is what it was. That's what it was. That's what was in there, and it's a disgrace, isn't it? It's a disgrace. But that's the transfer policy, brother.
It is.
Did the Brereton Diaz goal make you a little bit sick last night?
I haven't even seen. Did he score?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm guessing so.
Good finish.
I'm guessing so.
Really, you know what? When that boy gets the right delivery.
Yeah. Shocking stuff.
Crazy, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, finished it like a peach.
Oh, transfers.
And Adam Armstrong. You see the Adam Armstrong goal? How about?
Yeah, well, he's always going to tear up in the Championship, isn't he? And maybe that's the same for Ben Brereton Diaz, really. It's just one of those things that is always set up that way. But it's going
to be a fun time next season. Fratton Park, mate. It'll be crazy.
Well, it looks like John Eustace has moved from Blackburn Rovers to Derby, so maybe get them firing again, and it's going to be interesting down there in the Championship. But
come on, Plymouth! Come on, Plymouth!
Comment from Ben. Are you going to Liverpool? We're not going to Liverpool away. No. I'm going to Bournemouth, Brighton at home, and Liverpool away. You will see some goals. That's all I can promise you, Ben. You're going to see some goals. I can't promise much.
You'll see the DeLoreans this Saturday. That'll be fun. That'll be the
really?
Good thing. Yeah, DeLoreans this Saturday. So get to the fan zone, watch DeLoreans. They're going to be smashing it about. So that's something to look forward to.
Yes.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Just thinking back on the Burnley game, did you catch any clips of that?
I managed to watch I managed to watch a fair bit of it, considering it was woeful and I didn't want to be watching it. I was like, had it there, and then I was like, you know what? I just can't be bothered. And then I think we went out. I think we were out somewhere, and then I was like, oh, I should probably check. We were in Tesco's. We went to do the shopping. I was like, you know what? I should check the score, see what happened, and I went back to the shopping. I didn't react. I was like, yeah, of course we lost. Let's go.
Yeah,
it was Scott Parker, wasn't it? Just park the bus. Play,
not really that surprising, though, was it? It's like a team that doesn't concede at all at the moment versus a team that struggles to score or break teams down. I mean, Ivan Uric did say though he thought that we played well up until the goal. We did create one or two chances. I'm not sure we played well though. I thought most people came out of that saying it's the worst game of football they've ever seen. So for him to say
it put a bit of worrying for next season if Ivan is still here, because like we're going to be playing a lot of those kind of games next year. If that's a good performance now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gonna have them hold in for next year. But no, yeah, it just seems like it seemed like it was an FA Cup fixture they just didn't want to be playing. And they put a bit of effort in, then they didn't, then they did, then they didn't, then we conceded, and then we go home.
I mean, the goal we conceded though was a little bit weird. McCarthy looked to be all over the place. Your favourite player, Alex McCarthy.
Again, do we like? You saw it. Like, what's the point of going in on McCarthy at this point? Of course that happened. McCarthy was in goal. When was the last game he played where something like that didn't happen?
Yeah, I know. Coming in from Paul, will you both go to the Tin Shed, Fratton Park? I struggle to pronounce that. Is it pronounced not half crap? No. Hopefully. Actually, do we want to go? Well, obviously, if they're in the league, I'm saying hopefully in terms of like if it's first game of the season, then I reckon you'll probably need about 15 aways, which I think we may struggle to do for the rest of this campaign. So. Obviously, if it's a fixture, then definitely we'll get down there. I have been down there for a under-18s game, and that was a fun watch. Got a player sent off in that one, but still managed.
I think the ideal would be Portsmouth at home opening day.
Yeah,
and then by the time it flips,
and the fixtures are looking like they're going to be over that.
It's the 9th of August.
Yeah,
August, the first one. Birthday's the 11th, so we can have a party. From the 21st.
Oh, nice. You could have gotten away with that a few years ago, chap, but not now.
If I shave, you might think, "Oh my god, that what a horrendous chin. But then you'd be like, he looks a bit younger.
I'm just trying to see where let me see, Championship.
Where Portsmouth,
Yeah.
I think they're like 15th, 16th, but it's really tight down there.
That's mad, isn't it? Like 24th has got
Oh my God,
27 points.
Plymouth have got so many more points than we do.
They all do.
So many more.
Well, think back to last season when we had we conceded 63 goals last season, but we scored 87, and so far we've scored 18 and conceded 54. So the ratio, that's where it's not working. We scored the least, we conceded the most, we're rightly in 20th. Yeah. That's why people tune in for more happy thoughts of that, really.
What a life we're living. Yeah, mate, Bournemouth, This stupid game, I hate it. Bournemouth, yeah.
So I was able to do a opposition preview with AFC podcast, Sam Davis over on the channel, and it was absolutely fierce. We were at each other's throats the whole time, and we weren't at all having a good laugh about various things.
Strong rivalry.
Exactly, a tough rivalry. God, it's weird. Like literally smooth. Oh, that was spooky, wasn't it?
Smooth operator.
I can turn you into Sam Davis. Look at that. Whee! There's a good.
Did you just shoot that, by the way? Are you wearing the exact same shirt and outfit?
It was this morning, yeah. We filmed it today, so I've been editing that. So go and check that out. Interesting enough, though, I asked him a few questions about Iraola, the plans for the future, and whether or not Bournemouth fans have the same feeling that we used to have. You remember way back when we had like Poch and Koeman and stuff like that, and we had loads of really good players, and all the vultures were circling, and like I asked him, do you get nervous when like Ange Postecoglou's under threat and imminent of the set? Do they fear for Iraola leaving effectively, and does it all start to unravel after that? And ultimately, I think the answer was yes, but Iraola only has short-term contracts, so he's got 1 year left on his contract. He's very ambitious, but he's only ever stayed at a club for like 3 years or something like that. So ultimately, they do believe something is in place afterwards, but just like we assumed that as well all those years back, and look how that turned out. But the same with like their players and their recruitment. We ever go our recruitment all the time when they pick off. Okay, you're buying players from the Championship, you're buying players from the Italian League, the Spanish League. That's exactly what they're doing, but somehow they're ending up with... Anthony Semenyo came from Bristol City. It's like...
Well, here's the thing, you look at it, we did have that, but it's not just the players that go, it's that backroom talent that go as well, and those scouts and the people who design those playbooks, those people get picked off as well. And
yeah.
Those are much harder to replace because there's not as many of those people. Like that takes a special brain to kind of to be able to run the stats like that. So you lose that, and that's when it starts to fall apart. So Bournemouth have it's like any of us teams that overachieve. Those are the best. Those are the best seasons to be in the Premier League when you're a team that's overachieving. But you always hit a ceiling eventually. Like and
exactly
because. And this is not just petty, it's Bournemouth, but because they are smaller, it's going to be harder to keep up, with some of those financial struggles. Financial fair play. That's what it's going to be. I think their owners are great. It's Michael B. Jordan. Creed, son. So it's it's there, but it's just what are the limitations in place for a club of that size?
And they do have plans for like a new stadium and things like that, a new campus, very similar to the size of Staplewood and things like that. So they do have projects for the future, but you're always going to, it's the same for us. You're always going to be a potential stepping stone for something else. It's just the reality of it. And I think it's something that we've just become accustomed to, but it's just how you adapt and evolve. You got to do it the way Brighton have done it. You got to do it the way Brentford have done it to a certain extent. They've spent wisely and been able to recruit like that. But it still begs back to that question: are we recruiting badly, or is what the managerial styles and the technical director position, is it the fact that they're not picking the right players, or they're not educating them in the right way, if that makes sense?
I think it's both of those things happening one after another to a point where it's spiraled completely out of control. When it's neither one or the other, it's everything.
Yeah.
And it takes time. I saw somebody post a potential team for the next season of the championship, and I look at it, and I was like, that's a pretty good team. And there's a lot of players you don't see there, and it's 100% different than the last championship side. It's like that is what it takes. It takes a complete refresh of everything.
Yeah.
You to get that entire stinker Ralph off of the team. You get all the Nathan Jones off of it, then the Russ, and then you just almost start again. It's like peeling layers off of an onion, and eventually it will level out again.
Yeah.
But, is it difficult?
It is difficult. I mean, Josh, I will come back to your comment about Flynn Downs, because we will be talking about him in a short while. But he's put here, apart from Fernandes and Ramsdale, our recruitment this season has been a shambles. I will go further back than that. I would say over the last 6 years, I could probably count maybe 3 extra players on top of those that have been successful signing. When I say successful signing, that have added loads of goals or been a good investment for us. We've got them in, they've had a good season, we sold them for a profit. And that goes Danny Ings. Think how far back that was. Danny Ings, Tino Livramento, Romeo Lavia, and the 2 players that Josh brought up here, Ramsdale and Fernandes.
Yeah, that's it.
But even Fernandes, a little bit, like, maybe he's done great, but it's not. I
was thinking about this earlier on, and it's a shame because I don't have that love for Fernandes. Like, I feel like all the games that he's played really well, and maybe I've not been there or something, or I've missed out on it. And because we've not won he's not been the reason we've won a game, or he's not, I've not seen him win that much. I just don't have that thing of like, yes, he's the guy. He can do it for us. Because I've been spoiled with Prowse over the years, where I'm like, that's what it takes for a player to take that next level up of like, yeah, he's the boy, is to win a few games and do a few things like that. And none of these players have done that. That's why I have a connection to none of these people, apart from Diblin. It's just Diblin.
But Fernandes, I mean, you weren't there at the Bournemouth game, at the Newcastle game. When he scored again, he ran towards us and celebrated. So he's always going to get a tick in our box as well. Unfortunately, the goal was ruled out for offside, but wrongly, in my opinion. Indeed. Right, let's have a quick chat about. There are 2 extra things I will talk about. I will talk about the sporting director and how I think that's going to go. In regards to Flynn Downs, we clearly have a situation where he's had a run-in with the manager. I myself have not been overly impressed by Flynn Downs over the entirety of the season. And the question I have for you, Jack, is a very simple one. Is Flynn Downs Premier League quality?
No. Well, no. I think any West Ham fan would say that too. It's just, given the money we pay for him, he has there's a standard that should be in place, and he's nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. I think, I was listening to Total Saints, and Glenn Delacour saying that he thought he was going to come in and be like a Roy Keane and run that defense, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I wanted him to come in and just be that solid number 6. I wanted to be a bit like Ori used to be, someone that just run it, and he just has not been that at all this season. There's not been one game where I'm like, Down's cleaned that up, Down tidied it up. And can I be honest? I think the exact same about Taylor Harlow-Bellis.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think he's made the step up very well either. And that really pains me because he's so passionate about it, and I bloody love him. But game after game, do I see like ridiculous stray passes, or just him not looking at things, being falling down, tripping over, being a bit weak at the back, just being a bit naive at times. He is what, 21, 2?
He's still very young. Yeah. Our best is still technically So, oh,
Smooth operator.
23. I thought he was
23.
younger than that. It's 23.
But being called on upon a lot.
Mm.
You're in a Southampton back four. You're gonna be absolutely railed on. And I think I think Bednarek's great. But I think in that window, if we could spend money, just another solid centre back.
Yeah.
Centre back and a striker. That's what we need. That'd be nice. But then again, Tall Paul is scoring.
Tillpool is scoring. Wellington also looks good. I have to say he did look good in the Ipswich game. He also had moments in the FA Cup fixture as well that look quite positive.
Kind of annoyed they played him in the centre back role. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I think that was down to necessity really. But I guess if Bella Kopchap isn't going to be featuring, don't know why that is, because he said he looked better. He's like, he needs to be the right sided of the back three. It's like okay, but is that does that really make the right fullback the left fullback better than a better option? Yeah.
What would you rather have, the left sided centre back playing at right sided centre back, or the left wing, the left fullback?
Yeah, or a guy who's 5'8",
high playing fast pace.
Exactly that. Look at this. Lucas jumped in the chat, and already he's predicted the Southampton loss. Luca, you've been in the room literally 2 minutes. Outrageous. Outrageous. Hope you're doing well. Lots of people in agreement with you, though, Jack, in regards to that. It's coming here as well. Do you think we'll meet Russell Martin again in Championship? Obviously, back in the Championship next season. I reckon Russell Martin's probably going to enjoy the money for at least the next 12 to 15 months, and then he'll think about getting a job. Oh, is that mentioned, is it?
I don't know. It just kind of seemed like a move to me.
No, I think he's just going to have his feet up for a bit.
He's got a couple of mil in Lucy Pinder. What are you talking about? Let's have a good time.
Yeah, that's one heck of a summer. Enjoy yourself.
Largest vegan restaurant in the UK, guys. He's got a lot of
really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Does he? Oh, okay.
No one read his Wikipedia? God, he was here for ages.
I like it. Sounds good. Right, as promised, let's have a quick chat about this new chap who's come into the room, Mr. Johan Spors, who is come in as not a sporting director, a technical director. Do you see him making a surge? I have to admit, for him to come in the door, was it on the 3rd of February? Did feel a bit like someone bringing home a Christmas tree early January. Do you know what I mean? It's like the January transfer window is done. So this is really project 24-25, isn't it? Sorry,
project
25-26. Yeah.
Yeah, it just as good as it is to have him in, it just sort of was kind of like the nail at the coffin, wasn't it? It's like, and we're getting ready for next season. Regardless of what happens, this is not for now. This is for later on, which I feel like that's where our joy is going to be, is down the road. So it's just kind of like script, script through it. Yeah, but I don't know much about him, to be honest, mate. I saw the headline. I was like, good. It's good luck, mate.
Yeah,
you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it.
Do. I mean, there's loads of moving parts in this. I mean, we've had, the chairman, Emmerich Kraft, step down or be moved aside. We've had a new manager who's come in with a completely different style of football. We've now got a technical director who possibly is likely going to have differing views to the manager that's currently in place. I don't know that. I'm just purely speculating on what could be the case because the two weren't aligned at the same time. So really, it's like we're putting together all these pieces of the puzzle, but there might be about 3 or 4 different puzzles going on, and how's that going to line up? Is Dragan Solak going to look at the overall thing at the end of the season and go, right, we're going in this direction, this is what we're going to do? I assume this man will be involved because, of course, what's the point of even bringing him in right now? But were we going to see Ivan Jurek featured? Are we going to see us go after Danny Roll again or something like that? But
it's... Well, did you listen to Dragon on TalkSport?
No.
It was good. It wasn't long, but it was good. But Dragon said, Ivan's here for next season. He's going to he's going to
Okay.
be here for next season. You think, okay, right. Well, at least okay. Let's take that at his word. That's what's going on. The fact that he stepped in and he's running the show now, you think, okay, Pappy Dragon's here. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
Today I saw it in passing. It was literally just before we came on, and annoyingly my phone died, so I don't have it with me right now. But I saw something about FFP rules for us. Some sanctions were turned, so we can kind of spend in the summer.
Oh, okay.
So we can.
Is this sanctions in the sense that we made a boo boo with Leicester City, so you guys pretty much have an open checkbook? Is that the sanctions?
Kind of read a bit of those vibes.
Okay.
So, as Samoa's new sporting director, Ivan gets what he wants. We all know what kind of football we need to be playing down there. We know what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And we also know what we need to get when we come back up the next season. We can't, we want that. You're going to need a big Premier League, some signings when you come back up.
Yeah.
So you have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So, it could be we're about to be in for the most insane summer. Getting Ward-Prowse and Danny Ings back.
We are so confident about coming straight back up the way we're talking about it like that. But I mean,
Luton,
it was tough after.
Luton do scare me a little bit. But I feel like our infrastructure is a bit better than theirs. No offense.
Yeah. But we were. You got to admit, we're putting in the right things in place, and so you got to feel like that. The only question mark I've really got is like, does Tall Paul play in the Championship? Because he didn't last time.
No, but then I think you might get. You're going to get Armstrong. I think we might remain onto Diblin, maybe.
Yeah.
I think there's enough in there's enough in that Champions. It's like when we came down last time. We'd drop a few things off, get a few things on that week that works for the Championship.
Yeah.
But I think it's just better positions. Who knows, mate? It's not a fun place to be right now.
It's not.
They've even shut the club shop, mate.
I know. That's a bit of an interesting one, that, because I think it's tricky because we can all want the club shop to be open, and before anyone says, no one's put anything in my head from the club or anything like that, but we both know in the world of retail it's very tough, and the high street is a very difficult place to be, and it's an expensive thing to have running and operating when you have about 3 or 4 customers coming the door in the space of a day. So I think it's perhaps a reflection of the retail scene rather than, you can't just keep it open for the sake of it being open, but obviously it's just a tale of the times.
I mean, there's not a Saint shop in town. I feel once that went, we all should have been like, come on, guys, we need to sort this out. Because the one on the high street doesn't work. Sure, it is only match days that keeps it open. So, it is rubbish, and it does suck that people, are out of the job. But, the Dale Bar's there, and I feel like the Dale Bar open 7 days a week. It's a bit more of a thing to go to.
And that
before
in
you go
itself
up there,
is going to be an expensive thing to keep open as well. So they have to make sure that keeps thriving, and
that's why they should definitely put some local legends to come in and put some nights on her. Just,
Yeah. The kits next season, cheaper next season, £50. Well, we'll have to wait and see
season tickets,
on that.
That's
More games for your money. That's all I can assume.
Buying a house, guys. I could really do with a relegation season.
It will be indeed. But of course, going back to the original topic of the season, which of course talking about our position at the weekend, I understand they have a injury list as long as, well, it's ridiculous. It's effectively the entire squad. Evan Nielsen is still out injured. I think a lot of their first choice, I don't think they have any fit strikers, but a lot of those players that they brought in for the future are already hitting the ground running and causing a lot of scenes. So I still expect, despite a lot of injuries for Bournemouth, I mean, look, they turned over Newcastle with ease with a shoestring side. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. And their defence is absolutely immense. I'm depressing myself talking about this, to be honest with you. But let's let's go straight in. And let's close out the show with our score prediction section of the show. So, without further ado, everyone stick in their score predictions for the weekend's game, and me and Jack will go through those right after we've given ours. Jack, I'm going to go to you first. How do you see this one going? Are we doing like a head and heart thing today?
I feel we just go for it. Just what you believe.
What I believe.
Do what you believe. What your gut tells you, my friend. Lead with your manhood.
You're still going first, by the way. I'm still waiting for you. You go.
3-2 Southampton.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Sounds exciting, that game.
Right. I'm hoping for it.
Yeah. Okay. What am I going to go with? My heart says 2-1 Saints, but the realist in me thinks it's going to be 4-0 Bournemouth.
I mean, you didn't say a draw. So.
I didn't say draw. So,
But, there is a line in the sand. It's good to know that you've crossed it. Me and all the other Southampton fans will be over here. Traitor.
With your believe banners. Going like, come on. Football is life.
Bo.
But of course, I can't possibly predict a loss, so I will go with a 2-1 Saints win. And not a 4-0 Bournemouth win. Have you seen the map that they've been told to take? It's like that they separated it out, but they've given them like a very direct map. I should have put it up in the screen.
If I go on the opposition channel preview, what score did you give them that?
I didn't actually give a score on that.
You said 4-0 to him, didn't you?
I said 4-0 to him in my opposition preview because he asked me. He said, "What do you honestly think it's going to be?"
Check him at the gates, boys. Check him at the gates.
Right. Let's go through the score predictions. Josh, sorry, we don't have the prediction lineups because I haven't got that set up tonight. It's just going to be a quick show tonight, but we'll be back fully fledged next time round.
Saturday. We'll be back fully fledged. Saturday's the real show.
Exactly.
We're real sad at the end.
You said it's going to be 3-2. Southampton.
It's going to be 3-2.
So
it's going to be 3-2.
It'll be super pumping like that. Right. Let's go for these score predictions.
Patrick, by the way.
Let me put in these so we've actually got what we think is. I'm going to put in because you said 3-2, didn't you?
3-2. 3-2. Matty Fernandez hat trick to start the legacy.
Beautiful. Right, let's go through. There's still time to put in your score predictions in the chat section now, so get them in, and we'll get to those as we start. At the top here, where Paul is going for, wow, look at this, a 2-0 Southampton win. Feel free to put in your scores in there as well. Josh is going for a 2-1 Saints. Big Paul, Brace, and Brooks for them. Brooks got an amazing goal for them recently. Quite impressive, really. Charlie Page going for a 1-0. Dibbling beats 5 players and puts in the top corner. Woohoo! Oh, that would be good. Alpha's going for a 1-1. That's a gangster. Look at that profile pic. Loving that. Nice work.
That doesn't make
Aiden's going for a 3-1 Bournemouth. Unfortunately, I reckon that would be a repeat of what it was last time. He's changed his mind immediately, but we'll say 3-1 Saints. Love it. Nice work. Perfect. So on brand, Aiden. Perfect stuff. Reese is going 3-0 easy win. Big Paul hat trick. Love it. Armour de Goat is going for 5-0 Saints. A super duper escape of all time starts now. Armour, I love the belief. Why not? Let's go with it. Armour de Goat is going for a Big Paul hat trick. Sulemana and Grunbeck. Nice.
We've not even spoken about Grunbeck. How do you?
We haven't. We could talk about it in a second.
You look pretty good.
Did it pretty good. And Delgo's going for a 3-2 along with you, Jack. Look at that. Tall Paul hat-trick incoming for a 3-2 win. Fantastic stuff. Well, that'd be quite something. Yeah, Groenbeck. Looked pretty good.
Look
I
pretty
have
good,
to
right?
say, I mean, we saw him play against Ipswich. Did we see him play against Burnley? I think it was featured.
A little bit. The thing is, like, I'm so tainted by transfers. I'm difficult to get excited by them because I'm like, right, you've got a very low bar to smash right now, and if you don't do it, that's pitiful. So come on.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for it to happen. So, first game in, I thought he looked pretty good. I can't remember if he played much if he even played against Burnley, but yeah, he looks like a little bit of mustard. So hopefully,
No, he didn't play against
right.
Burnley. He didn't play against Burnley, but we did see him feature against Ipswich, and he did look fairly good.
Yep.
Oh no, he did come on for Sulemana in the 86th minute, so you saw him for 4 minutes.
Difference maker.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the after they scored. It was like, just throw everything on, try anything. I don't care. Go. There we go. Some more score predictions coming here. Meg's going for a Southampton 2, Bournemouth. Oh my goodness, 4. Oh, that doesn't look good. Daniel's going for a 3-1 Saints. I did also, I must confess, I managed to catch up with Dave Merrington after the Burnley game, and he went, and I muttered the words. He said to me, he goes, "It just didn't look like a threat the entire game," and I looked at him and I said, "Still time, Dave. Still time." And the look that his daughter gave me, I would never. She's like, "Don't you dare say anything like that." I love it. He'd probably go straight back in. Never know. But I won't be saying that again. Just put it that way.
Yeah, you will give it one more go.
Yeah, definitely. Oh dear. Oh, and Ben's jumped back in here. 3-2, 95th minute winner. That would be absolute scenes, and I'd spend even longer on the vlog to make it sure it came across epically. But there we go. It's just been a quick one tonight, but please feel free to keep the conversation going in the comments section. Feel free to give your thoughts on the game. Obviously, do check out the preview that I did with Sam that was recorded earlier today, just giving some extra insight into the situation at Bournemouth and why it's clicking so well for them and how they feel it's going to go when they're playing European football. Interesting comments also in regards to what will happen if they get European football and they're not able to use the stand that's basically made of scaffolding. They'll be down to 8,000 capacity, which would be enough to fulfill the European standards. But of course, they would lose out on, well, potentially 20,000 extra tickets, which may mean that we could have a stadium situation where maybe we house
they go to Tottenham, right? That's bigger.
I don't think Tottenham's capacity is bigger than the Vitality, Jack.
I think they're on a par. No, I'm pretty sure.
I think they're on a scaffolding par. I think there's the same amount of scaffolding at Tottenham as
no,
there is
the Vitality still gets fogged off for games, right?
I forgot that game that we called off due to fog. That was good night. Yeah. Killed off due to fog. Funny stuff. But yeah, that could be quite an interesting one. But so we'll wait and see what happens there. Any other final thoughts, Jack? Anything you want to? Are you coming on Saturday?
I am.
You are coming on Saturday.
Definitely going to come. I want to watch the DeLoreans play some, so I'll probably get there a little bit early. See Dan Dim and shred the drums about. Love my boy Dan. They do a banging cover of "You Make My Dreams Come True" by Hall and Oates. So hopefully,
our friend Tom Clements is playing before them as well. I think
Tom's on before. You listen. Say what you want about the fan zone, but the bands they book are very good. They book perfect bands to play the perfect things. Tom's been great. And the DeLoreans are class. Last time DeLoreans played there, I walked over thinking, "Cool, this DJ is good," and I still thought it was the DJ till I turned the corner and saw them play. I was like, "Oh wow, they just sound really good. They just sound really, really good." So yeah, go watch the DeLoreans, and then come watch Charm Type March 8th, Heartbreakers.
Look at that!
Let's go.
That's awesome stuff. I think that in regards to the DeLorean, I think Russ has been on a cruise ship for the last 2 weeks as well. So he's been in
So he's going to be super banging as well. So he's going to be on form.
Caribbean, being in St Martin so he's going to be on fire, and he's going to love the cold weather. It's going to be absolutely freezing. So I will definitely be wearing a cozy coat and a woolly hat. I'm hoping for 3 points, so we can get past that Derby record. Can you imagine the scenes? We win on Saturday and we get past Derby record. That'd be great.
We match the points. We're on the pitch. We match the points. We're on the pitch.
No, they got 11, so win will get 12.
Oh my God! Break the points.
That's what I mean.
We're on the pitch. Can't wait.
Can't wait,
Do you remember Swansea last year when we went on the most consecutive wins?
Yeah. Such happy
break
memories.
the points. We're on the pitch. We break the points. We're on the pitch.
Yeah. Totally. Good stuff. Well, there it is. That has been our preview for the Southampton versus Bournemouth game. Obviously, do get your thoughts in the comments section after the show, and be sure to keep the conversation going that way. Other than that, we will see you in the next one. All right. See ya.